Hi, I'm Randy Altman with Post Perspective. We're here with Nvidia's Richard Kerris. Richard, welcome.
Thank you. Good to be here. Oh, virtually here.
So we're here to talk about SIGGRAPH, visual effects trends. Why don't we start off with, you guys are involved in SIGGRAPH this year. You have a lot going on. Why don't you
Yep.
talk a bit about what you'll be showing, what people should know?
Our main focus is around Omniverse, which is a platform for collaboration and simulation. And I guess at a high level, since it's the buzzword of the day, everybody's talking about the metaverse. What is the metaverse and how is Omniverse a part of that? Well, from our view, the metaverse is a collection of virtual worlds, right? In much the way the universe is a collection of worlds, the metaverse is a collection of all different types of virtual worlds. Some can be entertainment, some can be digital twins, some can be mixtures of different things. And what's going to make that a true environment for people to work on is to have consistency between all of these worlds. And so we believe with Omniverse, we're building a connector to the virtual worlds. And the way we've done that is built a platform on the USD, or Universal Scene Description, which was originally developed by Pixar as a unified way to describe the complexities of a 3D environment. And even though it was developed by Pixar and M&E space, it's quickly being adopted across multiple industries. So we're seeing it in AEC, we're seeing manufacturing start to take interest in it and things like that. And we built our platform on that because what it does is allows us to work with partners to enhance their existing workflows. We're not out to replace products. We're not out to replace workflows. We're out to enhance them. So by connecting into the platform of Omniverse with a 3D product, whether it's Maya, Max, Houdini, et cetera, you get to take advantage of the technologies that we provide on the platform, such as AI technologies for artificial intelligence and doing things like simply doing animations with audio to face and simply doing, 3D generation with Ganverse 3D and other technologies I can go into a little bit. But it also then gives you the ability to render out in real time with our RTX renderer, which is a multi-GPU support renderer. And the important thing here is, by these different companies being able to connect to the platform, you're able to go between products that you typically couldn't have in the past without exporting and importing. And that's always been a challenge for collaboration, especially if you're in different locations and one team might be using a set of software from one company and another team might be using something else. And how do you seamlessly work back and forth without just exporting the data and then importing the data? And one of the things that USD provides and that Omniverse makes available is by connecting to the platform, you're all live on the platform. So we could be in different software packages, but because we have this live connection, we can work collaboratively, whether it's across the room or across the globe. And the way we do that is the only things that we're communicating back and forth in long distances is the delta of change. So for example, if we were modeling a room and perhaps you were modeling the furniture in one software package and I was applying materials to the wall with a different software package, we could visualize that and see it in real time. Because one of the main things about Omniverse is a module that we call Nucleus. And Nucleus you could think of as the traffic cop for data. It can reside on-premise or in the cloud and manage the different things that are taking place back and forth and keeping track of all the assets. So in its simplest form, that's what Omniverse is a platform to collaborate and simulate across different types of industries, visual effects, architectural, manufacturing, things like that. So we'll be leaning a lot into the different things that we're doing with Omniverse at SIGGRAPH. And I can go into some specifics on that as well.
That would be great, actually.
Yeah, so I think, there's a couple key areas that we're really excited about, and that is the further integration with third-party products. So we worked with Blender to bring USD to Blender. And so at SIGGRAPH, we will announce a Blender for Omniverse that we worked with them to put it into the 3.0. And you'll be able to access it directly from the launcher or from Blender's site themselves. But what it does is it brings USD to Blender that allows Blender then to be connected into Omniverse. And why this is so important is, as you know, Blender has been widely adopted. They've got over 3 million creators and designers using this open source free software package, and they're doing amazing things with it. To be able to bring a platform like Omniverse to them is going to be able to give them even more things to do with their workflow. So we're really excited about that one. We've furthered our integration of working with Adobe on bringing Substance 3D even closer into the workflow. Substance 3D currently has a connector into Omniverse that allows you to take the work that you're doing and bring it in and do stuff live. But they're real big fans of what we're doing with this platform. So they're integrated even further so that you can be in Omniverse and access the materials and the applications from 3D, Substance 3D, and use them directly in your workflow. Again, not replacing anything, but enhancing what you do by bringing it closer to your actual real-time environment. So we're really excited about that. And of course, one of the biggest things about Omniverse is that it is a development platform as well. So developers can develop using the SDK called Kit, and that SDK can allow them to connect to the platform or actually even develop on top of the platform. Like a company like Bentley is building apps on the Omniverse platform. And so we're enhancing the developer program for the developer community of NVIDIA's developers. So over 2.5 million developers will now have access to some special things we've been doing with Omniverse for the developer community. There'll be tutorials and code examples, teaching kits and things like that, all coming together in this enhanced developer program. And then on top of that, we're adding to the our DLI, our Deep Learning Institute, courses specifically for Omniverse. So whether it's students that want to learn more and are self-studying and doing things through our course, there'll be a bunch of things for Omniverse there. But we've also had a number of universities now that want to start teaching courses using the Omniverse platform with the other different third-party software products. So we'll have a teacher's kit as well. So all of these things really are playing into enhancing what can be done with the platform. And the last thing I'll talk about is go back to USD a bit. So when we talk about USD, I kind of use the analogy that you can think of it as the HTML of 3D. And like the web was in the early days, it was a convoluted place where lots of different things are going on, but depending on what browser you were using, maybe you could see it in others. And HTML came along and unified a bunch of things. But like with the first version of HTML, it didn't have video, didn't have a bunch of other things. And it got ratified and enhanced by companies coming together and working to do that over the years. And so then now there's video, and we just take it as commonplace. You go to any website, you're going to be able to see it no matter what browser or system you're on and all those. And USD is on a similar journey. And so, you know, we support USD with Omniverse, but so do other companies support USD, like Apple. They support USD across their billions of devices. And one of the next steps that USD had is physics, describing physics. So how do you describe how physics interact and work in this 3D environment? And so Apple was starting on a proposal to describe physics, and we were working on a proposal to describe physics. And so we came together with Apple and decided to do this together. And so a collaborative white paper was written and brought out to the community. And one of the things we're thrilled about at SIGGRAPH is that this has now been ratified, and the first step of defining physics, which is rigid body dynamics, has been ratified, and it will now be part of the USD format. So it's a journey. There's more to do, but I just love the fact that these companies are coming together saying, let's do the right thing for this industry. And that means you could create something in Omniverse and deploy it out on a mobile device in the billions of users that are out there. Now, if that doesn't show what the metaverse can do and how this is all really going to take place, then really think about what the impact of this kind of thing will be. So yes, it is the word du jour. Everybody's got a metaverse story these days, but in reality, it's been around for a while. And in reality, connecting those virtual worlds consistently is really what is going to make it the next big thing. And we believe we're doing that along with the other companies that are supporting USD and building on top of it.
Where can people go to find out more about Omniverse?
Nvidia.com/Omniverse. I invite you to also follow our different social channels. We're on Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, Discord, you name it. And the reason is not only because of the stuff that we're putting there, which is fun, but we've been in open beta now for a number of months. We have over 50,000 individual creators and designers that have been using and evaluating the platform, and over 500 companies as well. And it's great to see the work that they're doing. Every day, the first thing I do when I get up is I go look on the social channels to see who out there has been putting stuff out that they've been doing with Omniverse. And we've seen things with some of the assets we put out for the marbles contest, where you can, we did marbles at night a few months back, and then we made the assets available and gave a contest to see what people could do with it. It's amazing what they've done. But then even further, just, developers that are building their own connectors to different software packages that they use, and creators that are taking it and just going into new and really interesting areas with it. So every day there's something new there. So I'd invite you to check out the social channels of what's going on there.
Fantastic. And before I let you go, can you tell us a little bit about the GTC documentary?
Yeah, so there's a couple other things I wanted to tell you. There's one other announcement that we have, and that's a hardware announcement. And it's really an exciting one because people know us for these amazing graphics cards that they do all sorts of cool things. And we're bringing out a new card called the A2000. And what's so incredible about this is it's literally about this big. And I mean, it fits in the palm of my hand, and it is VR ready. It can go into, there's a growing number of these workstations that are small form factors. It can go right in there. It's got 4 display ports. It's got a bunch of different capabilities on it. And it has to be seen to be believed at how small it is and how powerful it is. It's got we got 6 gigabytes on there, and just a great performing card. So we're announcing that it'll be available in October. It's under $500. And when you break through and bring the RTX kind of technology into that price range, into that size, it's really incredible. So that's something. And then to the point on the GTC documentary. So at GTC, we literally built a virtual world and for the keynote. We did this using third-party products. So we used Maya, Houdini, Substance 3D, a bunch of other applications that we used, along with the Omniverse platform, which again is still in beta. But we do this because it allows us to stress test the platform and really put it through some real world interactions. We have a great creative team at the company. They work alongside our development team and our researchers. And together they'll push through an entire project. And in doing so, we get to kind of walk in the shoes of our customers and see what kinds of things they would encounter. So ideally, what comes out of it is not only a great piece, which certainly came out of it with so over 20 million people that have been watching it, but it also gives us a chance to really stress test the platform and learn to make it even better so that our customers' experience will be even better. And we're one of the few companies that really works, creative alongside development to do that. So it was such a hit, and so many people asked about it because there was a digital environment, there was tools connected to it, like they talked about. It was a virtual world in the metaverse, absolutely. And we had over 50 people around the world in Nvidia working on this. And the result is phenomenal. And if you haven't seen it, I'd invite you to take a look at the GTC keynote and then understand like how many things in there were completely synthetic, including our CEO at one point. So we made a documentary about the behind the scenes to show how different tools connect, how the teams work together, how they solve problems together. And again, the goal to stress test that platform so that it makes it even better for when it goes out to the market is really what that's all about. And so I have a little sneak peek in the keynote, and then on Thursday, we'll be doing that. And also on Thursday, one other thing I wanted to mention before I forget is we're going to have our first user group for Omniverse. And, we believe this will be something that we'll be doing frequently throughout the year, but this is the very first one. It'll be done mostly live, if all the tech works for us and all that, because we know in these days, we got to cross your fingers, but we've got some great content there. We'll be showing some real world examples of people that have been doing great things with it. We'll show a sneak peek of where it's going. We'll highlight our partners as always, because that's really what it's about. And so that's taking place on Thursday. So we got the documentary on Thursday, we've got the user group on Thursday, so and a whole bunch of stuff in between. We've got a number of panels and papers, virtual demos. Like I've been saying, you go to the website and fill out your schedule for what's going to be a very busy week.